Welcome back to the channel. We hope you're safe and well. This is one of the most exciting places. I'm so pleased to be here. This is Totternhoe. We're going to enjoy a walk around Totternhoe. Hope you enjoy the video. We'll put a little bit of history in there. Do you know what? We could put loads in, but we haven't got the time. This is a fantastic place. Stay tuned. So we've reached the car park, the start of our walk, and it's at the top by Totternhoe Knolls, and we're really looking forward to this. So hopefully we don't get lost on our journey. It's about a 4-mile walk, so there's always an opportunity for us to take the wrong path. And for a change, it's actually sunny. That makes a difference, doesn't it? Accompanying me on this walk is Neris, but she said to me she doesn't want to be on camera because she hasn't done her hair. So on our map it shows there's a sharp turn to the right, so we hoping that that is this way. And regarding Neris's hair, at least she's got hair, whereas you may have noticed that she's taken the shears out on my head, and I have a slightly shorter hairdo. Starting to go up an incline. Not too treacherous for the old feet. Nice little path. And because it's a nice sunny day, it's not muddy either. Slightly undulating, so we're going down a little bit. And then it goes back up a bit. To the left of us, we're starting to get glimpses of the village itself. And what a pretty village it is too. But it's a bit tricky at the moment because there's a lot of like bush and trees, so we'll try and get you a better view when we get near the top. Now this is called a kissing gate. I don't actually know why they're called a kissing gate, so if anybody knows why it's called a kissing gate, please let us know in the comments. I certainly mentioned it to the wife, but she's declined. As we come through the kissing gate onto the clearing, we can see in the distance the summit, which we're going to make our way over to for the Totternhoe Motte and Bailey. Just seen these spiders' webs. They're glistening in the sunlight. It's hard to film them because as you get closer they disappear from the camera. So here we are at the Motte and Bailey, and it's a castle of medieval fortifications which the Normans introduced into Britain, and it was possibly put here around 1100 to 1150. Totternhoe was already here because the Domesday Book mentions about 4 mills that were here in 1086. So you can imagine the Normans putting their mark on the land, basically saying we're in charge, we're the bosses in this area. Now within this Motte and Bailey, you can imagine, you know, everybody looking up from the Ouzel Valley could see it. And there are, interestingly, some 3 Baileys up here. And when you consider what would have been here, you would have had such things as service quarters, stores, granaries, enclosures, where the army would have stayed. Now, it is also possible that this area was being used in the Roman period, but there's not much evidence to prove that. But it wouldn't make, it certainly would make sense when you think about where it is strategically. You can see loads of earthworks around here, lumps and bumps, where obviously there would have been fortification after fortification, but it's so clear, it's so visible. Now they would have put wooden fences up here, enclosing it in, as the army would have been protected by it, but also the ditches that are around obviously make it difficult to attack, because you would have had to go down the ditch to get back up the hill. And here is the summit, which we'll try and walk up to in a moment, and it's just fascinating. There was even a well that was found up here where they found different masonry down it, which shows that possibly there is a lot more underground that we haven't discovered yet. What a beautiful day we're having. Certainly makes a change. And the last time, you remember, I went up some chalky area that was up Blowsdowns. I had a lot of problems with the slipperiness of the area, but this is nice and dry, and I certainly appreciate that. So coming up to the summit now, and we'll show you what's here. Should be able to find this summit on an Ordnance Survey map. So in the distance there you can see Ivanhoe Beacon, which obviously would have had another fort up above it, and it's very misty, but you can see Edwardesborough also in the Domesday Book. And as we pan round to the left, you can see the Chiltern Hills, and of course Dunstable Downs. Just about see it because of the haze, but at least I'm warm this time. Last time up Dunstable Downs, whoa, that was cold. Totternhoe is also very well known for its lynches. What are lynches? Well, they are like little terraces where they've built some farming areas into a hillside. There's a few up on Dunstable Downs, there's some in Barton Hills, there's Sharpenhoe Clappers, and there are some near the Stopsley Common. What is interesting about these ones is they're so well preserved. So the locals would use it as a way of doing their farming up on a hill. It is also very interesting that it's possible that these lynches that were up on this Totternhoe Hill mound were here before the castle was even being built, We're not sure, but it's very interesting when you look at the history of the area. So we've done the Motte and Bailey. We're now going to head back onto the walk, and we'll speak to you and show you what we're doing as we go. One of the two remaining pubs in Totternhoe is the Cross Keys, and it's been here for a very long time. In fact, one of the records says in 1433 it was affected by fire, as it used to be a cottage, but now, you know, became a public house. A bit later on, in the 17th century, it became known as a licensed premises, and actually it's one of the most lovely little pubs there is. Really, really nice. In 1966, sadly, there was also another fire at the Cross Keys, but they rebuilt it, and as you can see, it looks fabulous. And many people come here when they're allowed, when there's no lockdown, to enjoy it. So we've just done Castle Hill, and we're going to walk up towards the Quarry area, where it gets a bit zigzaggy, where there's field boundaries. So if we're going to get lost, it's going to be in that section. Just walked along the top there, and we're now coming to a point where it's starting to go downhill. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. And this should take us past the quarry pits, which will be on our right, if we're following the map right. So we've reached the point where the Totternhoe Spring begins. Now, I've just gone through the little bit of bush and bramble. It's a bit tricky to get down there with my camera, so you'll have to take my word for it this time. But it's down there. Okay, so we're risking it. I'm going to go and try and film the spring. I did a little bit of reconnaissance, but then I heard a dog barking, so I decided to head back. But Nearest is brave and said I should get down here and have a go. Here's the Totternhoe Spring. It's very clean and clear, but it wasn't easy to get down through the bramble. Probably about 10 metres further along, where I haven't looked, it's probably a clearing, and you could easily see it. So we're almost at Maiden Bower, which is the next hill fort, but we just cut down because we wanted to show you this bridge, because this is the Luton and Dunstable Railway, and where it goes along towards Leighton Buzzard. Well, hopefully Andy will be joining us in a future video so we can show you that walk as we go. But just wanted to show you this side of the bridge because we think you find that interesting. And you can see the line of the track that the Luton and Dunstable Railway took. And in fact, there's a nice path down there that we will film another time. Andy, we've got to get it arranged, mate. Let me know when you're available. Obviously, once lockdown ends, of course. We've just come to the next bridge along the railway. So I'll film it now in case we don't see it when we walk across it in another video. Another pub in Totternhoe is the Old Farm Public House, and it's been here since the 1700s. It's a fantastic little pub, and used to be, obviously by the name of it, the Old Farm. It used to be a farm. It's the second pub in Totternhoe, and it's very popular with the locals, of course. Hopefully when lockdown ends, people will be able to enjoy it even more. Opposite the pub is this absolutely beautiful building, and it's a farm. And Totternhoe is known for its beautiful buildings. We won't film them because they're people's houses, but yes, have a walk around. Absolutely stunning. It's very interesting because they're some of the best preserved in the whole of Bedfordshire, with other places such as Barton Hills and Sharpen Clappers. Start again. Right. Go.
Still recording anyway, so.
Oh, that's fine. Good. 3, 2, 1. Totternhoe is also very well known for its lynches or terraces, and those are up on the hillside where people would do their farming. Now, it is thought that they were associated with the Norman castle that was here, but it is possible that they were here before the Norman castle was actually being built. It is fascinating because in the Bedfordshire area, these are some of the best preserved ones in, and you consider you've got places like Barton Hills. You've also got places like Sharpenhoe Clappers. You've got Stopsley Common. There's some over there.
Again. Sharpenhoe Clappers.
Now, I know Neris hasn't come down here because she didn't fancy it through the bramble. But I don't want nobody telling no one. Managed to sneak these out the house, so no one tell her a thing. Oh, that looks very appetizing, dear.
I bought you a banana.
Thank you. Is this because I'm on mid diet?
Yep, well, we've got to try, haven't we?
Yeah. That looks really nice. I'm not sure if I feel very hungry at this second, but yeah, I'll have a look. So we're